Everybody, welcome back to the Rebel Jump channel. Today I want to talk a little bit about Saberforge tin necks and one little gripe that I have with their tin necks. So I've made a video about installing ASP and electronics in this lightsaber, which you might already have seen. One thing you noticed was that the LED unit is in the bottom of the tin neck section. Now this is something that Saberforge does with all their tin neck designs. And the unfortunate issue with that is that it's just not as bright as it could be, because having the LED, having the light funnel all the way through this black little tin neck, and then there's another tin neck portion inside the emitter here, which basically sandwiches the blade between the inner side of the emitter and the outside wall of this part here. So that's why the blade is like that. The downside is that this long, the tin neck portion is actually this long. It's a good three and a half inches long, and that means that quad-cree LED, which is a dedicated LED with 4 of the same dyes in this case, green, is not as bright as it can be, because it loses a lot of the brightness because it's being funneled through this very small pipe basically. And what it results in, and that's my personal opinion, is that, for example, I got here my Vader's Soul Mitsurugi 3K. Let me turn her on for a second. I'm gonna mute her. I'm gonna scroll to the green color. This is a non-RGB LED, but it has a tri-cree blue-green LED that mixes for light blue. So this is my regular one dye green on the tri-cree LED. So you can see it's not super bright, but you can definitely see it's a green. So this is the green you would get if you have a RGB tri-cree LED and you set it up to the dedicated green color, then it will be this bright. Now compare it to the 12 plus quad-cree LED, which have 4 dyes of the same color, versus 1 3 watt green, which is on the quad-cree LED. It's a significant difference on paper, but in visual, in my view, there's very little difference between a 1 dye of 3 watts on the tri-cree LED versus the 12 watt LED, 12 watt quad LED from Saberforge. There is literally nearly no difference in brightness, no brightness difference almost there. But this one consumes 4 times more power from the battery because it fires off 4 LEDs, versus this one only 1 3 watt LED, 12 watts versus 3 watts. This is running. So this, on this setup, with this single green LED, my battery will last me at least 4 times longer than this Saberforge 12 watt quad-cree LED, because it has this tin neck design by Saberforge. That is a significant difference to me. That is a really, really big difference, and it's really a downside in my personal opinion that Saberforge tin necks are not as bright because they don't have the LED in the emitter right underneath the blade, which would be way better. And that is how a lot of companies for example Saber Trio and Vader's Soul do. Although they don't use quad-cree LEDs, they use tri-cree LEDs like the one I just showed you. So they will use, for example, a 6 watt green or blue or whatever color, 2 colors, 2 dyes of the same color, 2 dyes of 2 different colors. For example, in this case, let me just change it. Oh, turning her off accidentally. So this is 2 LEDs, or 1 green, 1 blue mixed together for this beautiful shade of blue. And this is brighter, 6 watt is brighter than this 12 watt plus quad-cree LED because of that tin neck design by Saberforge. And then again, it's half the power consumption on the quad-cree from Vader's Soul because it's only using 2 dyes of 3 watt each. This one is using 4 dyes of 3 watts each. They're constantly on. And it means that it's now less bright because of that funneling. It consumes a lot more power. In the case of the dedicated 3 watt LED on the tri-cree, it consumes 4 times that it consumes 4 times that power to just drive the 4 LEDs. It also means, because it's driving so much power from the battery, it's also going to generate more heat. So this hilt is going to feel much hotter very soon, very hot at times. You guys might have experienced it as well with your own Saberforge saber. It's becoming very hot and sometimes unpleasant to hold. Well, especially in the case with a tin neck, there's absolutely no benefits, there's only downsides, because how the way Saberforge designed their tin necks and having the LED in the bottom of the tin neck. So it's really unfortunate. This lightsaber could definitely be a lot brighter, because let's be honest, a quad-core LED can be super bright. Arguably, I would say the quad-core LED, the green, dedicated regular green color, in my personal opinion, is brighter than a tri-core LED, where 2 of the 3 LEDs are dedicated to green. It's noticeable to me personally. I had my Saberforge Katano in the past, a Shoko Tano lightsaber. I did a review around 2 years ago about it. That lightsaber was super bright. It uses also a 12-watt quad-core LED, but the blade was directly underneath, on top of the LED unit, and it made a significant difference, because this lightsaber from Saberforge with the tin neck is not as bright. And that's really unfortunate, because you pay for the same technology, the same LED, and the same everything, and you don't get the same brightness as some of the other Saberforge hilt designs, because the way the tin neck is designed with Saberforge. And they consistently been designing this the tin necks in this way, and a lot of people complain about it, because you take away a lot of the brightness, and there's no good valuable reason to do so. So in the case of my Vader's Vault Hero, I recommend to check out the video. You can see that the LED is actually in the middle above the tin neck, and it makes a ton of difference. So that was my little video. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it was useful for you. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, about this subject, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.